All right. So, hello everyone. Hi, my name is Mithil Dave and I am a YouTube coach. And today I am very much excited to conduct a wonderful interview with Kaushik Majumder. Let me give you a little background and introduction of Kaushik. He is an author, a workplace challenge consultant. He has a 24 years of working experience with world leaders in the corporate spaces. He left his career and started his organization S3 Positive, which is into corporate training. Kaushik also has business interests in IT and hospitality industry. So thank you so much, Kaushik, for being on this interview and accepting my invitation. So uh, over to you, Kaushik. I would like you to speak few words, and then we will start with our introduction, our interview, and we'll talk a little bit more about your upcoming book, The Process Pro.
So thank you very much, Mithil. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity and having me on this wonderful platform. So I was really looking forward to it the moment I got your invitation. So I'm pretty much excited. And thank you very much, viewers, for watching us. So yeah, so let's start, with your questions. And I'm hoping that those questions are going to be easy for me.
Yeah.
I don't have to scratch my head too much. So yeah, please go ahead.
Cool. All right. So let's go with the first question, Kaushik. Well, when it seems like since you are into workplace challenge, there are many people who would be interested in this question. So what exactly is a workplace challenge consultant and how you can help?
Yes, a very interesting question. But let me start by saying that the purpose of any organization, irrespective of its size or the industry, the industry that the organization is in, is to serve its three major stakeholders. One is the customer, the second one is the employees of the organization, and the third one is the owner or the management of that organization. Now, we'd all agree that happy employees make happy customers, and happy customers make happy management or happy owners. So for the owners or the customers to be happy, the employees have to be happy as well. Now, if you go by the internet surveys, I mean, looking based on which internet site you are looking at, you'll see that 80 to 90% of working professionals are not happy doing what they have been doing for a living. Recent Economic Times survey shows that Indian millennials, 95% of Indian millennials are under tremendous job-related stress.
Absolutely.
Yes, and the age of these millennials is between 18 and 34. And it's not their just professional life. How many times have you heard that people who end up sick, depressed, divorced, abusing substances because of their unhappiness, in their career?
A lot of times.
Yeah, and the irony is they don't have anybody to turn to for help because they cannot speak to their family members because they don't want their family to be dragged into their workplace problems, nor do they can talk to their employees colleagues, because they feel that would put them in a position of weakness.
True.
Now, the question I'm trying to raise over here is that what if they are happy in their job, right? Could have the little bit, a change, their changes in their attitude, significant change in their attitude towards their work. Could it not help bring could it not help hugely and make an impact on the welfare and the health of the society? Now, these people, they cannot talk to anybody and they need help, experts help. Now, you mentioned that, I've worked for 2.5 decades in IT corporate space, have led large teams, managed some of the biggest brands in terms of, when it comes to customers. And I have seen it all. Mikhail, I know exactly what these guys, 560 employees of Zomato or the 23,000 employees of Thomas Cook, who have just lost their job in the month of September. I know exactly how they're feeling when the entire country is celebrating the Dasera and Durga Puja and various other celebrations. Exactly how one of each of these employees are feeling, because I have been there. I've gone through the pain myself.
Same here. Same here. I feel nostalgic because 10 years back, 2008, I clearly remember 31st October was the date, final date where I was given a pink slip. I was given 1 month notice, and I was asked
Yes.
because my department was getting shut down, and that was because of the subprime, because of the US down market. And there were a lot of people who lost their jobs. And that
Yes.
was the last where I did a job, and then it was the journey of entrepreneurs.
Yes, yes. So as I mentioned that I was in this situation not once but twice. We'll talk about it probably at a later stage if I get an opportunity. I was in a mess, and later on I realized my mess is my credibility, my mess is my achievement, my mess is my message. So I decided to help these people simply for the fact that when I was facing these challenges in my career, I had nobody to turn to. Okay, I made mistakes. I learned the hard way.
Okay.
I don't want to make these working professionals going through the challenges make the same mistakes. I don't want to feel the same pain which I went through. I don't want to go through the same phases, feeling frustrated and the sense of failures which I did myself so many times. And that's how my journey started as a workplace challenge consultant, helping these people, helping these working professionals finding solutions to their problem. And and help them go through the journey towards a healthy work-life balance. That's the vision I've taken.
Super. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. So moving ahead, Kaushik, what is the purpose of writing the book, and who the book is written for? Like, I'm very much curious, and how it is going to help maybe the millennials, or maybe the people in the workplace.
My aim, Mikhail, again, another very good question. My aim is to create an environment in every organization which is of collaboration, where employees would feel proud to be part of that organization, where the management or the owners would be proud of the continuous, sustained success of their organization, and all the other stakeholders would be proud to be associated with the organization. And that can only happen if the company or the organization has laid down process which is effective, productive, and is followed by all.
Got
Let
it.
me tell you, having process or the lack of it is a mother of job insecurity, all the negativity in the organization, even the poor performance. I was throughout my career was a process freak. I always believed that processes work, people don't.
Okay.
However, in many organizations, to my dismay, some of the organizations that I have worked in myself, processes were not given due importance. Okay, because they thought that putting too much time in the processes is time consuming and it's a lot of hard work.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So, long-term gain was compromised. Long-term gain long-term gain was compromised for short-term gain. And that's when I decided, when I left my career in IT after having 24 years, working with companies, I decided to write this book, which would give a 360-degree perspective as an employee, also as an employer, and try to bring changes in the processes whenever needed, wherever needed, so that the processes brings the transparency and efficiency in the system.
Absolutely.
Now, this is, as I mentioned, 360-degree perspective on my understanding and my experience through my year of experience. Now, what I learned that in my 2.5 decades experience, that in every situation there are a variety of perspectives. So there are a variety of solutions, and my leaders must know those perspectives and solutions. So I have interviewed around 35 industry icons. Okay, I have some of them like Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, the real estate magnate. the most respected banker in the country, the CEO of Barclays, Mr. Rajagopal.
Okay.
Mr. The recently has been awarded the recipient of the award of Economic Times 40 under 40, the 37-year-old Schindler CEO, the Schindler Elevator CEO, Mr. Ashok Ramchandran. Mr. Ramesh Menon, the man behind Hypercity Success. He was the CEO of Future Group Retail. Also, one of the most respected icons in pharma industry, Mr. Milan Palaja. He was the CEO of Novartis. So these are some of the people who are interviewed. So I have talked to them. They have shared their perspective, their ideas, how to make an organization successful. What are the roles are played by the processes and cultures and people and the leadership behind the success of the organization. So the book is about my experience and understanding about how process works, and also the best extract of the experience and knowledge that have been shared by these super achievers.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, great. So, Kaushik, you mentioned process work and people don't. That's very interesting. Can you please elaborate this part?
Sure. So when I say process work, people don't. Let me elaborate it. Think about the solar system hypothetically. In a very simplistic term. It's an analogy I'm using. Now, if you are to create the solar system, how do you go about it? Let me tell you how do I go about it. You probably would be able to sort of connect with that. I would first look into the resources that I have, right? I would assess the risk and issues that I am going to face in the process of creating that solar system. I would then create a plan. First, I would create the sun because it has to be revolving around the sun, right? And then I will create the rings, and then I will create the planets based on the size. The planets has to be different, but of specific size and volume, right? Now, what does that say? You first create the process and then put the planets into that process. Now, if you first created the planets and then created the process, then it would go, it would totally go design. It would be dysfunctional, right? So similarly, in an organization, you first have the management or the person of the CEO, the founder of the company, based on the market demands, based on the product positioning, based on the customers they're going to attract, target audience, based on the branding they're going to have, based on the internal focus, they create various processes. Now, based on these processes, they create the rules, right? They create the processes. Now, those processes actually create those roles. And based on the roles, the people are recruited or onboarded into those roles. Now, many of the organizations, what happens is that they fit people into the roles, not the roles into the people. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake over here. Sorry. It's the other way around. In most of the organizations, they fit roles into the people. They first get the people and then get a role to fit that people. What that would happen is that makes that actually a recipe of disaster. It's a poor performance because you are not actually testing. You don't know the requisition because you don't have the process. You don't have the role. You first taking the person without knowing that is he capable to discharge his responsibility, right? Which is basically a recipe of disaster. Now, this is the reason I say that process is what people don't, because if you have the right kind of processes, you take the right people inside. If the people find that the processes work for them, he fits into the processes, he stays. If he finds that the processes are not for them, the systems are not for them, he either gets himself ejected to positive attrition, or he gets laid off, through poor performance, whatever processes they have. All right. So this is how systems work. That you first get the system created, get the right people in place, and If the person is right, he is absorbed into the system. If he is not, he gets ejected. That is the reason I always maintain that processes work, people don't. Doesn't answer your question.
Yeah, definitely. All
Yeah.
right. So, to all the people who are also watching this video live on Facebook, let me just revise once again. I am doing an interview with a workplace consultant, workplace challenge consultant, Kaushik Majumder, who is an author of The Process Pro. And he's giving us wonderful insights regarding all the challenges uh, of an employee at the workplace, and what are the challenges he or she goes through. And probably through this interview, he is also trying to convey all the solutions which we can come out of it. So, going to the next question, Kaushik, what's your suggestion to the millennial working professionals? Because we have one of the largest workforce in the world, and a major contribution is now going to come from the millennials. So, what have you to give suggestions or some advice to them?
Yeah, again, a fantastic question, because the statistics are very frightening. Okay, so for me, if you ask me, data and facts, what matter to me, the rest are all statement. And when you look at the data, you'll see 20% of the people actually work in the area related to their professional backgrounds, academic backgrounds, right? So what does that say? 73% spend their time, their money for what? Yes. Now, I know some of you might be questioning the education system. Yeah, there might be valid reasons for that. But if you ask me, I've always believed for situation to change, for things to change, I have to change myself. For things to get better, I have to get better, right? So it's very important that we ask this question, that what we can do about it. I already shared with you that 95% of Indian millennials between 14 and 34, 18 and 34 age group are under tremendous job related stress. And
Absolutely.
we are exactly, and what we are doing about it. Now, excuse me, I'll ask the millennial to look inwards, to introspect. Okay, I would say them, this is my tips to them, ask yourself 4 questions. These are very pertinent questions. If you can answer these questions, that would help you to find the right job and sort of keep yourself happy in throughout your career. Yeah. The first question which you should be asking yourself is, what exactly I want? What is my aspirations? Okay. Clarity of the aspiration is very important. Clarity is the power. Clarity gives a conviction to take action. If you don't have clarity, you don't start. The first and foremost is the clarity of what exactly your aspirations is, what you want to do. Second question you should be asking to yourself is, why I want to do what I want to do. This is again a very important question, because why needs to be very strong, simply because the journey towards your target is not going to be easy. And the stronger the why, the easier the journey become.
Wow.
Wow. Right? So it's very important that your why is strong.
True.
Yeah. Number three, the third question is very important again. Do you have what it takes to reach your destination, to reach your goal? Yeah. People talk about passion. Passion is perfect. Passion should be there. But only passion doesn't work, because it starts with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy. But if you just only have passion, then gradually the energy, the enthusiasm fizzle out, right? So with passion, I call it grit. Do you have the grit? Do you have whatever it takes in you to reach to your goal? Yeah, this is very important. Let me give a quick example. People understand that they need to lose weight. For that, what is needed to be done? They have to stop eating, right? And do exercise. Very simple thing. But how many people do that? They understand the benefit of doing that. They have the passion for it, because They actually are in a lot of trouble. These obese people face a lot of issues, health issues, and other issues. But since they don't have the grit, they cannot actually, they talk about a lot of things doing exercise, but they don't do what they know. So grit is very important. And the fourth question is, once you have all three answers, you ask yourself, looking at those three answers, which would be the job, which would be the role that would help me reach where I want to reach. Okay, so if you have those four questions answered, I can tell you with certainty that success would be yours. Your job, your goal is a destination. Your job and your role is a vehicle to reach the destination. Your destination would not change. If you keep your eyes fixated on the destination, then use the vehicle whichever takes you over there. You need just a little bit of help, and with your grades, you can reach your destination. So 4 questions for millennials for me, it would help you choose the right job, right role, and eventually will keep you happy throughout your professional career.
Wow. Great. So all the people who are watching live, if you are watching live, I want you guys to comment #live. And if you're going to watch this video, then afterwards as a replay, then please #replay. And if you have any doubts, we have Kaushik over here, and he would help and he would answer all the questions which are related to workplace challenges. Even if you are watching as a replay, I have tagged him on this particular video. So even he will be able to see all the comments and he will be able to give you a better answer. So this is a right opportunity for all the people who are going through some of the other challenges. And if you need the right solutions, he is the right guy. All right, Kaushik. So we move ahead to the next question. In your book, which I have seen, you have focused a lot on leadership. Uh, Tell us your views on leadership and what do I have to do to be a good leader?
When you talk about leadership, let me tell you, there are a lot of theories, a lot of leadership styles people talk about. There is, apart from myself being in the industry and having led teams, I've also talked to many leaders, many icons in the industry. And let me tell you for a fact that there is no standard leadership styles. These super achievers whom I have talked to, they have distinctive style of leadership. And these leadership styles, they have grown basically based on their personality, the people they deal with, the customers they talk to, their employees, the industry they're working. So these are all various factors that shape their leadership capabilities. And they all are brilliant in their field. Yeah. So when you talk about leadership, what we talk about basically influencing your team or a group of people which would work towards your shared vision, right? If I can quote Jack Ma here, Jack Ma, Alibaba fame, said that no matter how smart you are, if you cannot work with people, your dreams would always remain dream. Yeah. So on leadership, I have I've made a lot of videos which are available on YouTube. So you might find those, to the viewers, you might find those YouTube videos helpful. But over here, I'm going to talk about 3 distinct, very important characteristics, which Mikhail just asked me. 2 very distinct and important characteristics. Number 1, the leaders have to be a very good communicator. See, when we talk about influencing people, it's all about communication. How you communicate with your boss or the people below you or the customers bear the stamp of the character of the leadership that you have. Yeah. So the first is the character, the communication proficiency of the leadership. Second, another important point is craving for learning. Knowledge is the currency of successful people, and more so for the leaders. Yeah. The person without having a craving for learning or without having an open mind for learning, their scope of growth as a leader or success as a leader is limited. So these are the two characteristics which I would like to mention here on this, over here, and which I think are very important when we are talking about leadership abilities and leadership skills.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So wonderfully expressed, and thank you for that. I have this a very interesting question that I want to ask personally is one point is very prevalent in today's job market.
Mm.
This is attrition and layoff.
I knew it's
So
coming.
depending on which side of the fence you are, for management, attrition is the biggest problem. For employees, job insecurity is the biggest worry. How do you look at it?
There are very few things which are more painful than one losing his job, and more so if it happens all on a sudden. So when I hear someone lost his or her job, I feel the same pain. I know some of them, these employees of Zomato and Thomas Cook, who have lost their job. Some of them have child's fees to pay, EMIs to pay, have ailing parents to take care of. Some of them had probably have just gotten into the married life, newly married life, and suddenly their world came crashing down on them. And however, how and as much painful as it is, we all agree that job insecurity is a reality. You cannot evade that. So the important question is, what are you going to do about it? I asked you before the same question. Uh, Job insecurity is something which is prevalent today. People are losing jobs. Times change. Star performers also get fired, made redundant. So what do we do about it? Yeah, I have talked to many people about it, and to tell you the truth, I found very few people actually are prepared, for such unfortunate situations, and that needs to change. So again, I have made few videos on job insecurities and when is the right time a person, an employee should move on to a new role within the organization or look for a new job. I tell you what, a very interesting circumstances which happened again with regards to Zomato. Zomato, around 560 employees in September found themselves out of job in Zomato. 60 people were also sacked in the month of August.
Okay.
Now there is a very interesting event that took place. In 2019 till August, Zomato hired 1,600 employees. Now, what does that say? That actually indicates a very unfortunate trend. That says that this 620 employees who have been laid off do not have the skill, knowledge, or experience that are required to fill those positions that were filled by those 1,600 new employees. Right? So what we need to understand is that what got us here, our skill, knowledge, and experience, these are not, going to get us going forever. Okay, so it is very important that keeping the market demand in mind, keeping the organizational requirements in mind, we keep upscale or upgrade ourselves. Just before I finish on this question, it is, I mentioned about Zomato has, firing this 620 people. I have seen people, because they have not upgraded themselves, they haven't upskilled themselves. Even outside the company, in the same industry, they found difficulties in getting another position in another company. So why this has happened? Because they did not prepare themselves for this untoward situations. So again, I'm going to tell you that this is a situation, God forbid, does not happen to you, but which every one of us should be prepared for that and keep ourselves upgraded and upskilled based on looking at market situations and the organizational demands.
So true.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we have an amazing and a very powerful question by one of our viewers. His name is Pankaj Kumar. So thank you, Pankaj, for watching us live. And his question to you, Kaushik, is as a manager, how to manage different people with different mindset and the people who are in the comfort zone and don't want to come out of that. It's an amazing question. I'm like, this is the challenge which almost all the managers have to go through. So what do you have to give a take on the question asked by Pankaj Kumar? Thank you, Pankaj.
Thank you very much, Pankaj, for your interesting question. So, if you asked me these questions 5 years back, I would have given a different answer. But yes, very honest, because 5 years back when I was part of the system, I had a linked view. I had a very limited understanding because I didn't have the 360-degree view. But once I come out of the system, I can see everybody's perspective. And I look at it this way, that I now believe that two persons in an organization probably are not talking terms. If you bring them out, those two persons out of the system, they would probably be the best of friends. Yeah, and that's what I also mentioned about in my book, that it's the process and the systems that creates this negativity. Okay, so to answer your questions, the answer lies in communication. As a manager, I have always maintained that there are certain limitations I have. I also have, as a manager, in terms of resources, in terms of what can be done by the team, in terms of the expectations of higher authorities. Okay, what has worked for me, whatever little I have achieved in as a manager, that I try to make things transparent. I ensure that I pass it on whatever I've been true to my team, and that helped me, because end of the day, if the people you are working with, they find that you are sincere in your approach, if they trust in what you are saying, if they think that they believe you, if you are transparent, then that solves 90% of the problem. Because end of the day, trust between a team and the managers, that matters the most.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I've always maintained that. I have that's there are many things. Many people follow many other approach they have how to deal with the team. But in my case, this is always I kept in mind that the trust I have to enjoy from the members, and I can do that by being honest to them. And yes, that has helped. I hope I have been able to give you an answer, Pankaj.
So Pankaj, if you are listening and watching this video still, do give us a comment below, as if this question has been satisfactorily answered by Kaushik. And let's go ahead till the time we get the comment from him. So this is a very interesting question, dear all who are listening right now live, and also to the people. Okay, thank you so much, Pankaj, for answering. Great. So yes, Kaushik, you are successfully able to answer Pankaj's question. All right. So going ahead, this is a bonus to all the people who are watching it. If this question will definitely be related to everyone who's working into any kind of job over here right now. So Kaushik, an interesting question coming from my side. Any tip for the working professionals?
Being a workplace challenge consultant, I meet a lot of working professionals. The thing which really amazes me, let me put it mildly, that these people think workplace stress is common. It happens to all, so that's okay to have. Yeah, but let me tell you, Workplace stress might be common, but that does not make it okay to have. Stress not only impacts your professional life. Let me tell you, if you are not happy in your professional life, you cannot be having a satisfying and fulfilling family life. If you are not happy with your family life, you cannot be having a good healthy state. These are all interconnected. Let me tell you, when I lost my first job, when I was abroad, I was newly married. Suddenly, I found after 9/11, uh, my job was not there. On fine morning, I was called, and my job was not there because of the situation that happened. And all I was thinking was to get back what I lost. It was totally blinkered view, and the mindset was getting everything back, knowing the only way I knew. Okay, so it's absolutely blinkered view. So we have to understand one thing, very important thing, that the mindset that created the problem cannot give you the answer of the problem. That's the solution of the problem. Again, I'm telling you, this is probably Einstein has told long back, but so very relevant. The mindset that has created the problem cannot provide the solution to the problem. And that's where experts can help. So with their experience, the experts can open avenues which were there, but people who are in difficult situation could not see them. You know, what having healthy work-life balance is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And any challenge can be overcome with grit, with the whatever with the ability to do whatever it takes, and experts help and help from outside. Again, I'll be talking about the example of losing weight. People talk about losing weight while having or showing the pizza with the extra cheese. They talk about going to the gym. They talk about their problem all the time.
True.
Now, if you say, hang on, I can help you. They'll say, no, I can do that. I know what to do. What they'll do, they will go to gym for some time, for 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, they'll go to gym. And they will find that, losing weight is much more difficult than gaining weight. So they will get back to their original routine. Nothing will change. So these guys are victim of their choices and not circumstances. Again, these guys are not victim of circumstances, but the victim of the choices that they make. Yeah. Similarly, these professionals, they say, okay, this is stress. I will be able to handle it. Yeah. But let me tell you, if you could have handled it, if you could have handled the problem by yourself, you had handled it much before, long before. So with a little bit of grit and expert guidance, healthy work-life balance can be achieved. So this is something which I wanted to share with the working professionals. This can be done, and stress can be totally removed from your life. Workplace related stress, yes.
Lovely. It felt like as if you are pointing it to me, because I have done the same when I was going through the journey of weight loss. All right. So, Kaushik, coming to the last question. So all the viewers, we have reached to the last question. And if you have any question related to the workplace challenges that you are going through in your arena, then you are feel free to ask in the comments, and Kaushik is there who can answer you live if you want. And if you're watching this as a replay, then please do comment below, and I have tagged him also into the post, and he will be also be able to see the question, and he'll be able to answer the same. So coming to the last question, so Kaushik, how can the viewers take advantage of your knowledge and experience through the service that you provide?
Okay, interesting question. See, my experience is all I say when I'm meeting these people in a gathering. They ask me questions, or I also, based on their queries, I create videos, I write blogs. So these blogs, videos, or these inputs from my side, people appreciate it. These working professionals, they appreciate it because they know that these informations are helpful. But things start to go out of their hands when it comes to implementation. So which is why, as a moral obligation to help these working professionals, to live their best, to live the best of the corporate success, I have started this webinar called Career Accelerator Show. Yeah. Again, the good part is that it's a zero investment show designed to help the working professionals with the challenges that they face in their workplaces. So in the show, I discuss three most common challenges that have faced working professionals and how best those challenges can be dealt with. So if you are a working professional, or you've got somebody, your friends and colleagues who's a working professional facing challenge and is sincere and serious to bring a change in their life, they just don't talk the talk but also walk the talk, then I would suggest that you register for this Career Accelerator Show, which is again an investment free show. And all you have to do is just to register for the show, all you have to do is just drop your name and email address, and my team would get back to you. And if you want my phone number, please drop a message, and I'll send it. I'll put it in your inbox. Yeah.
Great. So, to all the audiences who are watching this live and who's going to watch it as a replay, he is also on YouTube and he makes fantastic videos and provides a lot of solutions. So I would be also putting his YouTube link. You can go and watch him, all his videos, and if you like it, you can subscribe and hit the like button. So thank you so much, Kaushik, for sharing your wonderful knowledge on workplace challenges which the millennials and all the people are going through. And if you feel that all the people, if you feel you are also going through some of the challenges and if you want solution, you can comment on this particular post and Kaushik has been tagged to you, so even he will be able to give all the solutions to your challenges. Before we close this, Kaushik, is there anything that you would like to share before we end this interview?
I think I don't want to overwhelm the audience with a lot of information. Uh, Again, stress is not normal. Stress can be avoided. Just a little bit of grit and guidance from outside. So, I am really honored to be part of this show. Thank you very much again, Mikhail, for inviting me on your show. And thank you very much to all of you for patiently hearing me. And I hope I've been able to answer your questions. If you have any questions, as Mikhail mentioned, that please put them in the comment section, and I will answer them. So thank you very much, and namaste from my side for joining the show.
And before we end this, Kaushik, if anyone is interested to read your book, The Process Pro, how do we get that? Is it available online, or how? If you can just say something about that, and then we'll just end it up.
Yeah, so the book Process Pro, which is going to be released. Actually, the book cover was released a couple of months back by a person, a very eminent author called Jack Canfield, the writer of The Chicken Soup for the Soul's Frame. He launched my book cover, and the launch of the book is going to be in December. I'm expecting it in December because SuccessGan is the publisher who's going to decide the date. So they have given me the December date.
Wow.
So once that is released in December, it will be available on Amazon. So I'll share the details with you as soon as it's released.
Great, lovely. So thank you so much once again for being a part of this lovely show, Kaushik, and giving your valuable time. Thank you so much to all the audience who are watching this video live and who's going to watch it as a replay. Thank you so much, and we'll be meeting again with another guest on this particular show. and we'll be sharing much more information about it. So stay tuned and be healthy. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Namaste. Bye bye.